Good afternoon, people. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. Today we're going to take a look at TELCOIN. The ticker is TEL against USDT on the KuCoin chart. I'm zoomed out here to the weekly, a bit more of a macro perspective. And you can see that I've just got a simple trend line on at the moment, nothing really on the charts, nothing too entertaining. And I just wanted to start with this trend line because historically, over the past few years, it's been holding really well, and the last few times where we actually touched on this point of contact, we saw some really insane moves throughout 2021 in the last cycle. So could we be about to do something very similar now? And are we on the verge of breaking out? So again, what you can see here is back during their inception of May 2019 with this point of contact. We had 2 weeks of contact here on this ascending trend line as well, back in 2020. And again, you can see that we've just only recently had this was quite a drastic drawdown, to be fair, in December of 2023, where we had another final point of contact on this trend line back then. So you can see that every time we've come off of here, we've reacted. Okay, come back to it, we've reacted, exploded. You've reacted, okay, and you're starting to explode again now. But again, of course, throughout this the market works in waves, and what you can see here is that you've come up in this impulsive wave, and then you've come back in this corrective wave, and I think right now you're looking to start another impulsive wave where you could potentially start taking this all-time high out and starting to retrace to it in this cycle. So I do think that this was the low in this cycle for TEL, because back here this was also the low on this ascending support line for it. It did come back for a higher low, of which I think TELCOIN might potentially come back for here. We'll get into that shortly. And then it just exploded, and I think that some of this euphoria is due to come throughout the latter part of this year into next year, and for majority of altcoins as well. That's the thesis that I kind of support at the moment. So again, things are looking relatively healthy, and I think that we are in some sort of 5-wave impulsive move here. So off of this low right here, we came up in this wave 1. We had a really deep wave 2, but from the candle closes, we didn't retrace deeper than this 0, so this counts. And I think this is a wave 1. This is a wave 1 here. This is a current wave 2. This is a wave 2. This is an impulsive wave 3. Right now, potentially we're in the wave 4, and for this to be valid, this has to be the low, because we can't retrace deeper than this wave 1 high for this to be valid. And what I think we're looking for is a final 5th wave, which would take us back up to this resistance point that was really strong resistance back in 2021. We also lost support of this top pattern here and met it as resistance in 2022 as well in March. So again, if we do see this low, this wave 4 low, this has to be the low that we've just put in the past couple of weeks. If that holds and we start taking out this local high here, then I think we're looking for a move up to 0.09233. Now, to validate that, we have to start taking out key levels. So for the bullish, if this is the local low, and if we're starting to move impulsive up to that target, I'll show you here that it also ties up very close with the 1618. So you can see here that this high is the 1618 at 0.00977. So to validate that this is the play, and we're sort of in this 5-wave structure where you've got a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. To validate this play, we have to see 0.0037 and 0.0041 taken out. And if I zoom into the daily, you can see actually here very closely that we're currently being rejected by that on this week and last week. We're being rejected by 3743. So this is a key area for us to take out to validate this final impulsive wave up to the 1618, I think, and retesting these resistance points that we previously have been under in the past couple of years for TELCOIN. So it looks like it's trying to get there, doesn't it? It really does look like it's trying to get there. But again, we have to see this area of resistance tackled. We really do. In order to see the continuation for this breakout, we have to see the 050 and the 0618, the golden ratio, broken out. Because what we could also be in here is a reverse, a correction from this high back down to this low. back down to this wick low. And if so, potentially what we're actually in is some sort of ABC. And right now we could be, this is the A wave, we're having this retracement up to the 050, 0618 area, and then looking for the final wave, either back down to the 05 or the 0618, at a higher level of support here at 17 before a really impulsive breakout. Just remember that, again, back when we looked like we was breaking out here, you can see we had something very similar to price action now. So if I get rid of this ABC and this fib, just keep, actually no, I'm going to keep the fib on. What you'll notice here in the previous one as well is we had a high, we had a higher high, and it looked like we was going to continue, but we had a pullback to a low, but it was higher than the previous low. So if we look fast forward to where we are now, we've got a high and a higher high, and we've got this low. So potentially we could be looking to steep back here to the 0618, still putting a higher low, just like here. It was a higher low. We had a good few weeks of pullback. Right now, if we continue and have a good few weeks of pullback back to key support at a 0618 or 050, then I think this could be the last entry point, just like it was here before spring loading out of here. The larger the pullback on the way and building up to these sort of trends in some sort of flag potentially, if we start coiling up here in a flag, the larger the breakout. And again, as I said, there's targets up above that I'm looking at for TELCOIN to break out too. So on the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look too bad. Key things to take away for this low to be in. Okay, we have to take out key resistance at 0.0037 to 39. We have to take out this resistance, okay, and also take out this local high to put that impulsive move back up to this high here, which we spoke about earlier. So we need to break out key levels. If we don't and we see rejection at this point, do look for a pullback again with the 050 on for key support on that 050 and 0618 that I showed you not too long ago. Yeah, the macro grand scheme of things I think are looking really good here, and we could be on the verge of looking for some major breakouts towards the later part of this year. Not financial advice, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. From Chartner TA, take care, peace out.